Welcome back to another ASAL performance video, guys. My name is Thomas Allen. I am an Australian osteopath and a personal trainer. And today we are going to be looking all about hip mobility. So if you've noticed you've got restrictions in your hips and there's not a major underlying pathology that, if there is, you should probably get checked out, today's video is great for you. This program can be done daily, doesn't require much time, and will, within a few weeks, hopefully give you some noticeable improvements. Hope you enjoy this today, guys, and find it beneficial. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff to keep more of these coming. So enjoy. Okay guys, so to start off with, we are going to do straight arm prone step throughs. So as you can see here, the elbows are locked straight. The leg comes through on the outside of where that hand's placed. And what we're trying to do here is drive those hips down towards the ground. Now, this shouldn't be painful. We should be really focusing on letting the hips drop down to the barrier, but not pushing through to the point that it's painful. Use your breath. So breathe in as you step back, out as you step your foot up to that outer hand. Now, with 20 seconds to go, what we're going to do here is just a spring. So 3 times on each side. Once again, just trying to spring up to that barrier. We're trying to push that barrier back a little bit more each time. So here we go, guys, in 3, 2, 1. When you finish this rep, slowly come out. Okay, guys, so for this next one, we are in the exact same position. We're going to keep the elbows nice and straight. We're stepping through. However, this time we're adding a rotation to the mix. Now, what I want you to focus on here is that you've got a laser beam in the front of the pelvis, and we're cutting a horizontal line into the ground. So keep this controlled, keep this as smooth as you can with the rotations. Ensure the back knee is as straight as possible and continue. So 30 seconds to go, guys. Do not restrict the breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Make sure the step through is as light as possible. So as you step through, we're stepping down as almost it's a feather dropping on the ground with the foot. With 8 seconds to go, guys, complete this last rep, keep the control, and then slowly coming out from there. Okay, guys, so once again, a variation of our first exercise, keeping those elbows straight on the ground. We're stepping through, and this time we're adding a thoracic rotation. So the arm rotates to the foot that steps through, and the focus here is to keep the spine as long as possible. So imagine you've got a string on the top of your cranium, on the top of your head, and that's lengthening and pulling the whole spine into a lengthened position. As you rotate here, focus on puffing the chest and really bringing the arm through in a controlled manner. We don't want to go too fast, as we'll approach that end barrier a little too quickly. Try and use your breath. So as you rotate around, you're breathing out. As you rotate down towards the ground, you're breathing in through your nose. Counting in, guys, in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, guys, so in this exercise, we are going to go into a seated position with the hands behind us. Now, this is just a little warm up for what is to come after. So all we're doing here is rolling the knees from side to side, trying to keep 90 degrees in both knees once we roll over. And you should feel a bit of a stretch through the ITB region or the outside of the leg. This will also warm the actual hip capsule up for the next few exercises that we're about to do. So this shouldn't be too hard. Keep those hands behind us for support, and we can just do a few little bounces here as we get to 10 seconds to go, and finishing up there, and we're about to get into the fun. So here we go, guys. Okay, guys, so what we're doing next are 90-90 rotations. So the starting position here will be 90 degrees in the front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee. What we're going to achieve here is rotating the hips to the left to start off with here, and then at end range, leaning forward and just hinging through the hips to increase the stretch into the outer part of the hips. Now, if this is a little hard and you're struggling to hold yourself up, place the hands on the ground as shown here. So as you rotate, you can touch the ground and rotate in this manner and still achieve the stretch. However, if it's fine, complete with hands on the chest as shown here. So make sure as you rotate, we're hinging forward, keeping the core activated. Do not restrict that breathing. So remember, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Make sure you maintain that 90 degrees through both knees. Really start to open up the hips here as we count in 3, 2, and 1. Okay guys, same position, same motion for this next one, except we are adding 3 pulses in once again. As you can see here, we want to make sure we maintain a really solid core engagement. Do not arch to the lower back, pure hinging through the hips. You should feel a really solid stretch on the outside of the bum, and you should feel that that mobility is starting to improve. Now, if this is too strong for the core and you may start to feel something in the back, place the hands on the ground, and that will ensure we keep a really safe lower back. If not, complete with the hands off the ground as you continue through, and really focus on breathing out. So as you breathe out, we're increasing that hip mobility. Okay guys, same position for the next one. So as we rotate around here, we're actually going to lift off the ground, which is going to require a little bit of muscle activation through that gluteus medius muscle on the side of the bum. As you come through here, you can see I'm really driving my hips forward. This is going to increase the stretch. You should feel a little bit go into the groins and really help to open up the hips and increase that mobility. So remember to use your breath here. As you come up, push the hips forward, breathing out. As you come down, breathing in through the nose and driving down. So remember when you do come up here that we want to activate the glute muscles on the back as well. So it's almost thrusting those glutes out towards the wall in front of you to increase the hip mobility, and then slowly, really slowly lowering yourself onto the ground. Okay guys, so now as we start to feel a little bit more limber through the hips, we're going to add some hand walks in here. So by this I mean we're walking our hands around to our front knee side to increase the stretch, especially into that back groin area. As you walk around, keep the hands in contact with the ground to keep this exercise safe. Use your breath, so as we breathe out, that's going to really help us settle into the stretch and increase that mobility. 30 seconds to go, guys. Keep the control. As we progress through, we should notice that the rotation starts to increase a little bit more as we count down with 10 seconds to go. Use your breath all the way to the end here. Really lean and get that rotation coming out from there. Okay guys, so changing the position up once again. This time we're going to be focusing on trying to get mobility a little bit more through a deep muscle in the front of our hip, the psoas, and our hamstring on the back of the leg. So as you can see here, we start in that lunge position. We rock the hips forward. At end range here, I want you to try and switch the glutes on and drive the front of the hips forward to increase the stretch. As you come back, we're going to slowly start to add a forward flexion through the upper body and trunk. So as you rock back here, heel on the ground, reach forward to touch the ground. You might have a little bit more or a little less mobility than this, so just stay within your own limits. Okay guys, so changing sides from here. Switch legs, once again in lunge stance, rocking forward, breathing out, coming back, completing your breath, and letting the breath control the cycle. So really rock the hips forward, try and get those hips as far forward as possible when we would do rock forward here. And then as you come back, getting that knee lock straight, reaching forward, and a little bit of flexion through the spine. Make sure if there is any back pain, once again, you're placing your hands on the ground and keeping things safe. Okay guys, so we're counting in here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to move into the last exercise of today, and this is nothing else but the favor position. So we're going to lay on our back here, hook the ankle over the opposite knee, and let that outside knee sink down onto a surface below. So if you can get it all the way down to the ground, that's great. If not, you might want to roll up a towel, put a cushion, whatever you've got at home, under that outside knee. Now in this position, all I want you to do is try and focus on the out breath. Each time you breathe out, we're letting that outside knee sink a little lower to the ground. If you don't feel a stretch, take the cushion or whatever you have under the knee out, and that will start to increase that. So here, we're gonna change sides very slowly, rocking into the other side. You'll probably notice you'll have a difference between sides here. So one side you might need the cushion, the other you might not. But what we wanna work on is getting it to a balanced and even state. So keep focusing on using that out breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting that outside knee and hip really open up. So with 15 seconds to go, guys, you've done a really great session today. If you keep this up 5 to 7 days a week, I guarantee we are going to improve that hip mobility. Hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. Hope you found it beneficial as well. If you did, please do like, subscribe, add it to your saved playlist so you can repeat this on a daily basis. And write in the comment section if it does start to help with improvements, or you've got any questions, make sure you leave them all below, and I'll hopefully be able to cover them for you. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.